Cape Town.
Well, social enterprise group HearX has screened over 1,000 preschool children for hearing impairments in Mitchell's Plain and Khayelitsha this past week. It's part of the organization's awareness campaign on hearing loss. Well, HearX recently announced the world's first otoscope with artificial intelligence image classification ability. It's a mouthful. Let's find out more. I'm joined by HearX Group's Tersia Kock in Cape Town for us this evening. Tersia, very good evening. So explain to us, this device sounds terribly complicated. How does it work?
Thank you. Yes, the Hearscope is actually not that complicated to use, and our aim is to really enable many healthcare providers to use it with ease. So basically, it's a digital otoscope that you plug into your smartphone, and through the Hearscope app, you're able to take images of the eardrum. And the world first technology that we were able to launch this week is an artificial image classifier that will automatically, when you take the photo, classify that image into 4 main categories of ear disease.
So who would be able to use this? Would it be easy for parents to use it? Is it something that only a professional trained person will be able to use?
At this stage, we're aiming it at various healthcare providers from primary healthcare level all the way up to tertiary healthcare level. It applies across the different levels of healthcare. And we see in research that even GPs often struggle with accurate diagnosis of ear disease. So this tool is really going to be a wonderful tool for them to aid in accurate diagnosis of ear disease so that we can action treatment as soon as possible to prevent the detrimental outcomes of long-standing ear disease.
And would it be sort of cost-effective? I suppose the issue of cost is always going to come up. Is how expensive is something like this going to be?
Yeah, no, at this stage, we're very proud to say that this in-app feature we've been able to launch free of charge at this stage. So as long as you have bought the Hearscope, which is really affordable, one of the most affordable otoscopes on the market, you can access this feature free of charge through the app at this stage.
And I suppose, Tersia, many people out there this evening wondering, just how important is it for us to be able to have a device like this? I mean, and that goes to talking about, we often don't consider that a child might not be hearing well and leads to all other kinds of diagnoses about what could possibly be wrong with them.
You're absolutely right. So, for instance, in Africa, we have 1 hearing health provider for every 1 million people. So you can just imagine the need out there, and yet ear disease is one of the most common diseases that young children experience. Like every young child under the age of 3 would most probably once experience at least a middle ear infection, for instance. Often we see in the low and middle income countries that these diseases go undetected and thus untreated, and with long-standing without it being identified, it can really have detrimental effects on their development, their speech development, and that leads on to educational difficulties.
And anybody who's had to deal with a little baby or newborn baby, or even going in the first year, we know when it comes to problems with ears and ear infections and all of that, it's endless and it's a nightmare. From what age will this device, would you be able to use on a child? How young can the child be for you to be able to use this device on them?
Yes, at this stage, it depends on the size of the ear canal, but we're able to use it effectively from around about the age of 4. And our development R&D team is still working on getting a slightly smaller tip that we can also reach the younger ones.
Right. Well, thanks very much for that. We look forward to making life a little easier and bearable and getting to those problems before they become serious problems. Still to come here on South Africa Tonight. Your sport is coming up with Morena. The Confederation of African Football has postponed all the 2021 AFCON qualifiers. That's due to the coronavirus outbreak that's on the way.